Hey there everyone, Atesh here, back again with another video, and this is Saturday Live. In case you don't know that, I try to go live every single Saturday so that I can answer some of your questions as well as we can have some chit chat. We're gonna wait for a few minutes so that YouTube can send some notification and then we can have some audience so that we can talk around. Hey Karthik Kumar, hey Paresh, Nandania, hey Abhijit Sinha. Hey, it's been a long time, Abhijit. How are you? Hey, Pragati Agarwal, and hey, Ashish Mishra. How's it going on for you guys? Finally, Saturday. Yes, it's Saturday. And actually, to be honest, I also wait quite a lot for that. When is the Saturday going to come up? When I'm going to interact live with you? It's so fun, actually, to talk with you. And especially with this quality of live, actually, I enjoy. To be honest, it's very much fun to go live in this quality. Uh, I just love it. Abhin Krishna says, hello, sir. Hello, Abhin. Priyansh says, love your videos. Thank you so much. How's it going on for you? Hello, sir. I'm going to take up the questions as well. We'll discuss some of my inner thoughts as well, some of the stuff as well. So it's going to be absolutely fun. Just wait for a few minutes and then we're going to talk. Your live is the only thing which is fun today. Thank you so much. So, how is Mac Mini for video editing? Yeah, that is the one that I can answer. So, Mac Mini is a great machine for the coding stuff, but it's not really that much great for the video editing part. For the video editing part, so far, I have used many machines, including MacBook Pro, Mac Mini, as well as my iMac as well. So I think iMac is the best machine. Surely it is expensive, but it will produce way more videos than what other machines will do. So I think it's better to go for iMac. If the budget is definitely an issue, I this Mac Mini actually performs a little bit on the better side from compared to any other Windows machine. So don't hesitate. Just Mini. Even I have ordered one. It is still like in the delivery process, and it will take probably a few days. So yeah. So please speak about JavaScript. JavaScript, it's one of the very fantastic language. It's growing up quite a lot, and it's something that is drastically changed over the time. So I think there is a lot that we can do, especially even after what the course that I have produced on the YouTube. Actually, that is just like 50% of what I really wanted to produce. There is a question by Rohan Chaudhary. It says, Sir, I'm currently writing research paper on native versus hybrid apps. Any suggestion? I would definitely love to give few suggestion based on my skills, actually. I honestly don't have much higher skills in writing and producing research paper. I just did one paper in IEEE during my masters, and during the PhD, I actually dropped out even at the very end of it. I will probably continue. I have cleared all my subjects, so yes, I studied a lot of research paper during my masters. One thing that I would recommend you is please don't just try to produce some better papers instead of the comparison paper. And one thing absolutely 100% you should follow up is don't publish paper in any journal. There are variety of journals who just takes money and just publish your paper. Some even are open source and free as well. I would highly recommend to produce your paper into IEEE or maybe some Springer, whatever you call that, in these kinds of journal whose index is actually a bit higher. It is going to be tough. I faced like 8 or 9 rejections into that and then eventually made into it. So I would highly recommend to put some good quality paper into good journal. Having these rejection is totally okay, but once you have some good paper in these IEEE journals or something, that is going to be absolutely fun. On the side note, I would also mention that my college was having unlimited access to IEEE. We used to download a hell lot of paper, guilty as charged. But yes, we used to download a lot of paper, used to delete a lot of them just for fun. But yes, it was a good access to IEEE. Those were the days where research was really amazing and I was enjoying every bit of it. Then I moved to the implementation part of it and moved into online course and stuff. So my recommendation is try not to publish comparison papers and try to publish them into good research journal. That's actually a very good question. I really appreciate that, Rohan. And I'm really super appreciating that the matter of fact that you are writing some research paper. It's actually a very good thing. Okay. Which is the best laptop for programming under 50,000? Uh, I would honestly say that Asus actually produces a lot of good machines. I don't remember exactly which one you should buy under 50,000, but as a brand, I'm not in, like promoting or anything like that. But hey, in general, it just produces really good machines. So Asus is the one brand that you can look up for under 50,000. But as I always say, that if you just save a little bit more, wait for a few months, and can get into any of the Apple machines, then your productivity level is going to be increased a lot. And that is the one thing that I think you should really go ahead and do that. Django programming series, sir, please. Hey, Django series is already up at Learn Code Online, including the support as well. Uh, Hassan says you bought. I kind of. Okay, let's pick up more question. Uh, Data structure and algorithm with Java or C++. It depends. We now are having three courses in the data structures and algorithm, one with C++, one with Java, one with Python. The easiest one to understand is the Python one because it's so easy structure. The language is pretty much clear. No much of the stuff is going on in the Python. So if you already are aware of even bit of Python syntax, I would highly recommend that. But in case you are already with like Java or C++ and are already familiar with those languages, there is no need to learn any other languages. Data structures and algorithm are concepts and they can be applied in any language: Go, Python, Ruby, Swift, JavaScript, whatever you like. So it can work really nicely in that. Okay. Kiwi versus Android Studio. At any given day, Python is lagging far, far behind in the mobile app development. I don't recommend anybody to go into the depth of Kiwi. Instead, go for like Flutter, React Native, Kotlin, Java, or any other framework that you want to. But Kiwi is not something that you should be spending much time. Even the developers are not spending much time into it. So, yeah, that's personal thought again, personal thoughts. Okay, so it's going like really fast. Figma versus XD. I prefer actually the tools which are XD or something. I really don't like much Figma. It's a great tool. I'm not saying, but it's a great tool. I prefer XD or the Sketch. But nowadays, like from last 1 years, I forced myself to move into totally XD, and I'm enjoying every bit of it. Okay, so it's going like really quite fast. Hey guys, you forgot to hit that like button, so go ahead and hit that like button, and then we can move forward answering all of your questions. Uh, okay, it's going like quite fast. I need to stop that a bit. Okay, how to log in any website with curl in PHP? Please make a video. That would be a fun video. Definitely, we can make one. Okay, should I spend much time in React.js? Absolutely, Anil. I would highly recommend to spend more time in React. Build. Actually, if you have learned the React like basics of it from any given course, courses are actually a faster way of learning the stuff. You surely can learn it from hunting articles or hunting videos YouTube on YouTube or any other website as well. But taking a course from any instructor is a faster way of learning the things. And then I highly recommend to spend some time in building some kind of clones or UI aspect of that. So in case you are interested in the React, go ahead, try to build some clones, maybe YouTube. Try to use YouTube APIs and try to build a structural clone with your own flavor in that. That would be fun. And if you're building anything like that, don't forget to hit me up on Instagram, share a story or something. I would love to see what you are building up. Okay, AWS or SAP. My favorite one is AWS, so I am biased towards AWS. So I would not say that is a fair comparison. That is biasness. Just to point a reference onto that same thing, in case you watch MKBHD video, which is a pioneer in video making, he said that all the things on the internet are actually biased since MKBHD actually likes uh, the saturated colors and details in the photo. So he's biased towards the saturated color compared to the natural color. Similarly, I am biased towards AWS. This camera is so glitchy. I'm feeling like that. Sony is not doing a great job. Sony is not doing. It's so much of the focusing of this. I don't know how to seal it up onto a manual focus so that it just stays on there. Uh, You and camera focus are adjusting. Yeah, it's a Sony stuff. I don't know how to manage even that. That is like so bad. I'll figure it out. I'm learning this camera still. I will surely figure it out. Data structure in C or C++. Whatever the language you are comfortable in, you can actually go for the data structures in that programming language. C is compared to all other languages, but yes. Uh, 2 TB hard disk is better than 512 SSD. No, my dear friend, that is not a fair comparison. The working of the hard disk and SSD is totally different. I would personally prefer a 512 gigs of SSD compared to 2 TB of hard disk. I would probably buy an external hard disk for storage purpose because SSD is actually a faster thing to do. Okay, so let's. There's a question. How startups are using AI in India apart from building chatbots. To be honest, currently startups are using AI in pretty much everything. Whether they are using it or not, that's a complete different question and completely debatable. But right now, if you walk into any conference or any summit where people are trying to raise some fund, they are just putting AI in every single thing. I have even seen people talking about that our fans are powered by AI so that they detect automatically the room temperature and then adjust the fan speed according to that. This is a project actually that is there. So this is the one thing we are having. There's a super chat by Joseph Raj says, I love your English and your kindness. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Joseph. I really appreciate that. So as I was talking about this nice startup, they said that we have sensors which detects automatically what is the humidity level or the heat into the room, and based on that we adjust the fan speed, and we are using AI to calibrate that. And I was like, why do you need AI for such simple thing? AI definitely is rising. It is some of the very powerful thing that that can do, but I think this project doesn't need AI. And still they were just fancying. So yes, a lot of companies actually using it, but majority of their companies are just using it as a fancy word. Okay, React Native, etc., or native apps. Usma, it depends highly what is your business, because people don't judge the tech stack based on their favoriteness. They don't do it. It is all decided based on which is going to be good for developers, which is going to be future proof, as well as which is going to be best for business. Because some developer or some founder of the company love to work in Flutter doesn't mean he's going to opt for Flutter for his upcoming project, which is going to serve, let's just say, 200,000 people. It is explicitly judged based on which is going to be good for our developers, as well as a couple of other things. So as of now, the business is being served quite a lot using these apps. There's a super chat question again by Ashwini Kumar. He says, sir, can you tell me from where I should learn DS and Elgo C++? By the way, big fan. Looks like you missed my video. We have rolled out 3 courses: DSA with plus, DSA with Python, DSA with Java, as well as we are providing support to answer all of your questions as well in the course. We have a dedicated team. We have hired actually one more person, Piyush, and he's helping us in resolving all the questions as well. Probably in the future we are going to hire one more. Depends. So you can definitely check out these courses. And before taking this course, I highly recommend you to check out the course content first, check out all the description, even watch out some of the free videos, or even take my free courses. And once you are comfortable with that, then only go into the course. Okay, there's an interesting question. Where it is? It just goes like so fast. Uh, Tajinder Singh says, "Sir, Diwali pe data structure course discount mein de do." What he's trying to say is he needs a discount offer on Diwali for the data structure course. No, we cannot provide like further discount on the courses because we have to manage salaries. We have to manage the bandwidth as well. We are trying to answer the question as well. Definitely, we are going to be bringing up more better quality courses with more content and more clear explanation. But I think pricing is fair enough. You're paying like thousands and thousands, hundreds of thousands of rupees in the institutions, in the universities, and we are charging way less than that. There's a nice experience shared by Prasant, and he says, "I set 2 o'clock afternoon to solve a bug. The feel is amazing after fixing, and now your Saturday live to motivate further." I really would like to make a big shout out to you that you were so determined that you solved this bug by setting 2 o'clock in the morning till the 2 o'clock in the afternoon till the evening. That is a really long time. I totally can understand your feeling because. One of our engineer who is at Learn Code Online was also trying to fix a bug from yesterday, I guess. We're trying to build more application for the upcoming course. So he solved this bug. He got this bug yesterday, and today's evening he was able to fix that. So yeah, the feeling is actually amazing, and yeah, that's what laptop you are using. I'm using a Sony laptop. I'm using an HP laptop, and I'm using a terrible camera by Sony. I thought it's going to be absolutely good in the focus. It is, but its peaking is like annoying me a lot. Probably I'll switch back to my Canon and will sold out this camera again. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Okay, so let's pick up more questions. There are some interesting one. Uh, Okay, missed my super chat. Linux series update. Thanks, Adish. So sorry. Sometimes Google doesn't pin actually. Sometimes some of these super chats. Some of them are being pinned up. Some of them are not. So that's why I missed some of them. I'm so sorry for that. Adish says Linux series update. Linux series actually. The series mostly on the YouTube are usually like an I'll do it in a fun way wherever I want to go. Currently, I usually don't share what's coming up in the market or what we are producing. But from tonight's onwards, I will be getting back into the iOS development. So I'll be pushing out like 1 or 2 videos a day on the iOS. Depends how much we are able to produce and how much we are able to do it. This camera peaking is so annoying. Why can't it just stay at one place? This camera peaking, I need to do something about it. Okay. Uh, this is an HP laptop, not really a great one. The fan speed is quite a lot. The performance wise, it is okay, but it heats a lot. I don't really like this one. Change the camera. I cannot change it during the live session, but I'll probably change it in the next live for sure. This is not going really great. I thought Sony would be really nice, but it's not actually. That's why people use Canon. I thought the Sony is going to be absolutely good. Probably I'm not able to use it. That actually is a better way. Okay, so bro, make Telegram bot development using video using Java. We actually don't use Java for the Telegram bot development. We do actually some kind of minor bot development in our offline boot camp, but I don't think so. We will be able to like do it immediately in Java. We have to do a lot of research for that. DevOps learning is good. Nikhil, I guess you are not aware. Like DevOps is not something that you can learn. It's not going to be a course that you can fix up and can do a DevOps. To understand more about the DevOps, I do have a video on my channel. What is DevOps? I think you should really go ahead and check that out. Okay, so okay. NetSuite tutorial. No, probably not. I'm not going to be making any tutorials on NetSuite. As of now, there is no plan for that. Probably, maybe in the future, but not anywhere in the near future. You missed the super chat. Django versus Node.js. I probably can make a video on that, but as of now, there is no like super big intense comparison between Django and the Node.js. Completely different stuff, completely different mindset, completely different programming languages as well. So people who are already comfortable with JavaScript are going to go into Node.js. They're going to absolutely love it. People who are comfortable with Python are going to go into the Django. But one thing is absolutely sure that while doing any such thing, you should be already comfortable with HTML and CSS. You don't need to be a guru in that, but basically a bit of HTML, CSS. I don't even call that as like the prerequisite. If you don't know HTML and CSS, I don't know what you are doing with your life. You are absolutely just ruining it. People who are in the 12th standard, 11th standard know a lot about HTML and CSS. And still, I do find people in our boot camps also who doesn't know even a bit or pieces, who cannot even make a web page that says, hey, this is me and this is my work. Like, what is the point of learning all this machine learning and app development and all of that if you're not even comfortable in saying that I can at least build a web page? Mayur B says, Flutter scope for jobs in India. Thank you so much for super chat. Um I think Flutter is going to still take probably a year or year and a half to produce the job at a large scale. Surely some of the jobs are popping around. I have seen one or two of them, but I'm not seeing the entire internet, obviously. But I think it's going to take still 1.5 year to produce better jobs. Uh, Tijendra Singh says, is it good to learn assembly language? Depends what you are really doing. If you are into information security, I think that is a fantastic language that you should learn. It depends what you really want to do with that language. Pros and cons of React JS and Angular. Uh, One of the con that I can say out front, just directly like that, that in some of the application, it is overkill to use React or Angular. They can be done by simple HTML, CSS, maybe a bit of salt of PHP. That's it. And sometimes it's like actually overkill to use these frameworks and libraries. So I don't think so that that should be the case. Don't use that too much, even in the smaller project. Gajendra says, do you support Payoneer, terrible to spell, Payoneer account payment? No, we don't support that as of now. There is no plan of supporting that as of now. Nikhil says, Upwork profile not approving. Upwork doesn't really approve your profile until unless you have a good portfolio. They are very strict about it. So make sure you have a portfolio there. Any There's a nice question by Shivam Tandon. He says, any cheat way to develop iOS apps on Windows? I can tell you one. Uh, Unofficially, I never said it, is Hackintosh, but it's not a reliable machine. You're going to be absolutely troubling yourself with that. Another one is Mac and Cloud, which is actually fairly not really like totally free, but it's a very cheap approach of having all these things. So Mac and Cloud is one such solution which provides you cloud access of the Mac and Xcode in the cloud, and you can try your iOS development and see that. Otherwise, if you have a little bit of the budget, buying a Mac Mini or even a second-hand Mac Mini, used Mac Mini or a used MacBook Pro would be a better approach. And I think that a lot of you should be focusing a bit on the iOS development as well, because again, personal thoughts. The current market situation is that every single person is into Android development through React Native, through Flutter, or through Core. It's like too much crowded, and that is the reason why you can find really a great engineer in just a very low price compared to an iOS developer. iOS development is still a very challenging stuff, and that is the reason it is still a comparatively very high paying job. In the same company, iOS developer for the same apps, same features, iOS developers are being paid way higher compared to the Android development. Surely opportunities are more in the Android world. In the iOS, it is little bit onto the lower side, but again, pay is higher because competition is lower. And I'll be putting out a lot of videos on the YouTube. This is initially, I highly recommend to watch the series as I'm making it. You're gonna love it. And I guess from tomorrow onwards, you can expect the videos might come. But again, here is a personal thought I want to share again. A lot of YouTuber are actually just running because of the YouTube algorithm. They want to just keep on pushing the videos and that is the reason why my channel is not like booming stuff. I try to take break whenever I need it. Whenever there's something in the family with the friends, I just take a break from YouTube. Not a long break, but 1 or 2 days whenever I don't feel like making videos. There are some days in which I love to make videos. I do it, absolutely love it. Otherwise, in some days, I think today I'm not feeling to make any videos, and I just don't make videos on those days. So sometimes you can expect me to be gone for 1 or 2 days. I'll definitely be back 100%. But yeah, that's the personal stuff that sometimes people just try to crush themselves too much in producing the YouTube. Thank you so much, Sumit, for super chat. And I'm not one of them. I'm usually kind of a person. There's this Viz Yadav. Too much hard to understand the Hindi in this font. I do understand it, but you can write in English. That would be far, far better. Uh, Prince Roy says, "Can I skip PHP if I know Firebase?" No, I wouldn't recommend that. I wouldn't absolutely recommend that. Firebase is a great start, but eventually, for the bigger project, probably you will be migrating to AWS or Google Cloud. There you will have MySQL, Postgre, or Mongo, or anything like that. And handling those query in a core way is a foundation. So if you're learning it from any resource, keep on doing that. Don't skip that. Okay. Steps for an early JavaScript programmer. Watch my video series. It's free on YouTube. You'll love it. Can you talk about data consistency in microservices? Ahmed, microservices are growing, definitely, and we are also thinking to at least understand it properly and make few videos on it. But as of now, we are in the too early phase to actually discuss more about it. So yeah. Okay. Scope of blockchain solidity developers. I really dislike web development. Um, I think you are too early here. Blockchain solidity, these are all fantastic concept, and probably one day they will grow quite a lot. And that's the one thing I love being a developer, that is every new day is a challenge. But as of now, I don't think that the original web is going anywhere. So I don't think so. And again, you guys forgot to hit that like button so that I can answer more of your questions. Go ahead, please. There's a question. There's a appreciation by Kaushal Kumar. He says, "Yesterday I purchased your course, Mastering DS and Elgo. Amazing content, sir. A love from Guwahati, Assam." Thank you so much. I'm really enjoying. A lot of people are messaging me on Instagram as well that this content is absolutely amazing. You have nailed it down. I am actually gonna be releasing like few more videos in it, but please don't buy based on what future is going to be like or what it's going to be coming. Just buy if you want to based on the current content only. But yes, I'm making few more videos in that, and it's going to take a few days, probably at least a week, and then it will come. More content will come on that. I'm actually in the making. I've recorded 4 videos. Editing part is still remaining. It's a lot of work. Harshit Bagga says, "Why CS degree is harder than your course?" Because they didn't work out how to make things easier. We spend days on making examples and stuff like that. Okay, there's a super chat by Joseph Raj. It says, "I'm 44 years old. Please don't do that. Don't mention your age. There is no need. Everybody is almost equal, whether it's 16 or 14 or 44. So please don't add. 10th standard qualified, working in UI dev with 11 lakh as a package. I'm into career last 3 years, experience in HTML, CSS, JS, NG. Please advise for my future." I think you are in a very good position, because when you are of the age of 44, first and foremost, I truly respect that, because you are older than me, and I think you are at a fantastic position. I appreciate that. And I would highly recommend to move a bit yourself into mobile world as well. That would be a fantastic. Since you mentioned you are familiar with the JavaScript, I highly recommend to move into React Native or something. And I think you can immediately, with your experience, you can double up your package pretty easily. Companies do love people who are experienced and are not like kids fooling around here and there. People who are having experience are more mature. They know how to handle the market. They are not like everything should be free on YouTube or something like that. They are very, very mature people. So I would recommend you personally that brush up your JavaScript skills with my free JavaScript course on YouTube, and move on into the React Native world. And since you have so much of experience in UI development as well, I think you can do absolutely amazing in the React Native as well. And that HTML and CSS experience is going to be equally helpful there, because in React Native, we just write HTML, CSS. Moreover, in like Flexbox manner, if you have worked on it. Otherwise, I do have a free course on Flexbox as well. It's a free series. You can watch it like probably in a weekend and just go through with that. I would highly recommend to go and check out React Native. It's a pretty easy stuff. I think you, with your experience, I won't even recommend you that you should buy any course. With your experience, I think you can just go through with the documentation and can nail it down pretty easily. We do have a course, but I think you will be just fine without the course too. Docker. 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 All I can say as of now to the Docker is do list. It's gonna come out very soon. I don't know when. As of now, I cannot put a mark that by the time this we'll be done with the Docker. But only thing that I can mention about the Docker is in my to-do list. I will be very soon on the Docker. How to be more creative? Legendary Goku says. Uh, I don't know how to be creative. Uh, just be yourself. Just have some fun with the tech or whatever the thing you are learning. I don't know what's the path of being creative. I don't know how that works. Hey guys, please hit that like button. It's like energy for me. There's another question by Vijay Kanar. He says, "For earn fast, can WordPress work for it as freelance career?" First and foremost, I don't really get the concept of earn fast, make quick move, or something like that. I don't know how people do that actually. Earn money fast, make money fast. That doesn't happen. It takes a lot of years of grinds and months of efforts for that. Okay, so is Emacs still worth it? Um, I don't know. Cannot say much about it. Probably a little bit, but not much. There is a question by Anirudh Jwala says, "Hello coders, what's up? Rocking with DSA course." Yeah, I saw actually a couple of comments that you are making up, and thanks for reminding. We were actually missing one notes in that. Anirudh reminded me that, hey sir, you missed to upload that PDF in the course. I did that, by the way, in case you haven't checked that. I did uploaded that actually same day. I woke up at night to upload just that one thing. Yeah, sometimes I do crazy stuff. So I woke up like at 1 o'clock in the night, turned on my computer, uploaded that, and then went back to sleep. Because I knew it, I would forget it next day and I would feel absolutely bad that why did I forget that? Best laptop under INR 60,000 for coders. Which laptop are you using? I don't use laptop. Just for the live, I use this machine, but I don't use laptops. I find that desktop are more stable and I'm more productive on that. So I use iMac. And sometime I would recommend in the 60,000, you can get a Mac Mini in case you want to. Laptop, personally, you can call me an Apple fanboy or something, but I realize if anything can boost my productivity, even if it's a Windows machine of like 2 lakh rupees, I would buy it very next day. If anything that can boost my productivity, I'll pay for that. If anything that can help me to finish up my work even 1 hour earlier, I'll pay for that. That is the one thing I'm absolutely like very, very picky about. Okay, where are the questions actually going up so fast? I have to scroll it literally. Uh, Sanket Khandekar, I guess you are from Mumbai. Let me know. Your videos are excellent. I am Java Experience 11 Java developer. What is suggestion? I am more into integration. You're already having Java experience, so I would highly recommend to move into Spring Boot or something. We don't have any courses or anything about that. I think you can find other great instructors on that. So I highly recommend you to move into like Java Spring Boot or something like that. That would be more better for you. Uh, Suraj Mishra says, willing to work on startup. Which one is better to learn, Django or Laravel? If you're interested in startups, Django is actually more popular in the startup domain. Again, there's also a regional biasness, especially in India, about the frameworks that they are using. In the southern part of the country, especially in Hyderabad, Chennai, and Bangalore side, the Django is much more popular stuff. In the upper startup, like in the Punjab side, Rajasthan, Punjab, Delhi, Uttar Pradesh, these sides, the Laravel and the PHP is more dominating language. What I have felt, I could be wrong. Okay, sir, make a video about blockchain. Uh, Probably someday. As of now, no plan of that. Uh, how did you go into computer science after majors in electronics and communication? No, my graduation was in electronics and communication, and my master's is in computer science. I was really lucky that I had subjects which were a bit basics of the computer science, and that's the one thing I had to discuss. Like in a couple of universities, I got rejection that no, you cannot do that. A guy from electronics have to move into electronics masters only. You cannot go into CS. And some of the universities who are having broader curriculum can actually accept you. I was lucky to have my subjects like C, C++, Java, data structures, cryptography. These were my subjects during my bachelor's degree, engineering. So I was lucky that one of the university actually accepted me. But it's gonna be a like little negotiation and talk. Everything is negotiation and talk. I was able to convince them properly. And there's an interesting question. I just saw it. I just saw it. I wanted to do it. There's a super chat. First, we're going to take that. It's by Aswin Win. I says, I'm a software professional with 4 years of experience, with good experience in Spring Framework. Now I'm planning to move into Angular or ML. Which one would you suggest for a person with my experience? A person with your experience, like you have a 4 year experience of development, and that is a killer experience. Like 4 years is like really a great. And I would personally recommend you Angular if the choice is only Angular and ML. I would highly recommend that you are going to enjoy more into the development side as compared to machine learning. Machine learning is amazing, but it requires a lot of maths, a lot of reading of the research papers. Surely, machine learning has its implementation side as well. You can use Django and a lot of things to implement that model and produce an output there. But I personally would say that you are kind of a person who's going to enjoy more into the development side. So personal recommendation would be go with Angular. We don't have any course or anything on Angular, so I won't be recommending you any from my side. We do have a crash course which will give you a bit of idea. It's a free crash course. You can check it out on my website, Learn Code Online. Totally free. No need to worry about that. Uh, just try and take a look on that. Probably you'll feel good of the development side of the Angular. One thing for sure, you'll be able to pick it up like really, really quickly because it's a very, very familiar experience as Spring as well. So my personal recommendation is go for Angular. You're going to enjoy more there. And again, crash courses are always amazing to check out and to get a feel of how this is. Please enable slow mode chat. I still don't know how to do that. In Okay, toggle timestamp, pop out chat, participations. There's no option in the desktop version. In the mobile version, it gives, probably I'll go mobile from my phone next time. We haven't done actually a live from the mobile in a while. Okay, so let's pick up a couple of more. It's a question by Ashish Sharma. DSA books in JavaScript. Most of the data structures books that you're going to see, the highest of the like best recommended ones don't use any programming language, especially books like Corman. Doesn't use any programming language at all. The books that you're going to see majorly of the highest reputed authors and publishers, they majorly use either C++ or Java, nothing else. No books actually uses Python or anything like that. So I cannot recommend you any book on which says DSA book in JavaScript. It doesn't actually, I don't know about it. Might exist. I am not aware of it as of now. Okay, plans to Chennai. I would love to visit Chennai. I'm missing that early morning dosa breakfast. Oh, that's so fun. Your food is so amazing. Okay, so what after HTML and CSS? After HTML and CSS comes my free series on JavaScript. You're gonna love it. Okay, cloud computing to a naive in 2 lines. That's an interesting question by Santosh Pandey. Cloud computing in 2 lines. How can I define it? Uh, a computer which is owned by somebody else that I'm using whenever I like. I think that's cloud computing. Under 2 line at least. Somebody else's computer that I'm using whatever I like, and I can install whatever I like, and I can shut it down whenever I like. That's basically your cloud computing. Interesting. That's interesting question. Okay. Recently purchased MacBook Pro 15-inch i7 6-core 2019. A blank portion on the top of the touch bar is getting heated even after replacement. Didn't much help. Did you ever experienced it? Some of the people actually I know have experienced it, and they are using their laptop on the bed. And that is actually, if you're using a laptop on the bed, it is absolutely a nightmare. A laptop should never be used like. I do have a stand somewhere here if I check. uh, it's not here. Otherwise, I you there are some nice aluminum stands that comes with that MacBook Pro if you want to use it on the bed. If you I have never used my laptop on bed. I actually always prefer to sit in the table, just like with good posture and stuff. Then you'll never fix it. Otherwise, my friends who use that laptop in the bed or on the sofas, it will heat up. It will heat up, and exactly at the same position where you are saying. So please don't use it there, and there will be no need of heating. I have rendered a lot of videos on it. Of course, recently I produced a course, like 3 courses, uh, DSA with C++, Java, and Python. They are having 116 videos in each course. So that means over 300 videos were recorded and produced. So during that production, I have mainly used my iMac, but for some of the production of like doing that, I've used MacBook Pro. It didn't heat it at all. It worked fine, but I didn't want to give more load in on it, so I used majorly my iMac. It got a lot of load because producing that kind of videos, like over 300, is a lot of work. Missed super chat. I'm so sorry. It doesn't hang it. I guess there is some threshold amount below which it doesn't hang. And if it doesn't hang there, how would I know? At least hang whatever that is. Okay, let's pick up a couple of more questions. Okay, is it worth to join a service-based MNC in India? Pros and cons, please. It depends what kind of service they are providing. If it is just a call and hang, it's not really great for a virtue of an engineer and who's working so hard. Uh, but yeah, I cannot say much about it. Company might get offended about it. Okay. Sir, what after JavaScript? Once you have done with the JavaScript, I think you should move into some of the frameworks. Just pick any. Don't really think too much. Vue, React, whatever suits you. Just pick one and start making a few projects on that. And my favorite, build some clones. That is always absolutely fantastic. Going to be rejected to get MTech degree just because of 75% attendance. Oh, that's harsh. Tell something to the audience about our education system. What should I tell more? I got an opportunity to talk in the TEDx talk, and I just consumed the entire TEDx talk in just showing the world that how the education is right now and what could be the possible solution for that. I got a lot of views and attention on that TEDx talk, but in case you haven't watched it, just search TEDx Hitesh Chaudhary and you're going to see that talk. I openly showed that how shameless things are going on, especially with the 75% attendance criteria, the curriculum not being updated, the fees being updated every year, and a whole bunch of things. Sir, what about that AI mouse competition? A lot of students have actually already got their mouse. They have shared the stories as well. It's still in the shipping process. When things actually come from outside of India, it takes time. I guess 3 of them has posted stories on Instagram as well. Uh, so yeah, it's going good, but actually I'm not responsible for those mouses. Witsing is a great company. Actually, they won't be doing like for just 500, 600 rupees. They have actually go for that. Avadut says, oh, iPhone 11 Pro. Yeah, it's nothing. So, okay. Lot of questions are coming and going. How to see of them? Uh, any thoughts about company? Oh, I don't take company names actually. They might get offended there, so I don't take name there. Okay, now most of the questions. Uh, what's that plant? This one is my favorite plant. This actually gives a good, nice color balance. That's why I keep it always here. The green color is actually missing up in the entire frame, so I keep it there to maintain my color balance. But the Sony camera is not doing any justice for the colors. Canon one does nicely, so that's why I keep it here. It's no like special hi-fi plant. You can find it in any botany garden or something. It's a regular one. I don't even know the name of it. I loved it. I bought it. I don't really think too much about the life or even the things. I just like to do this thing. I'll do that. I like this plant. I bought it. That's all I care. I don't think too much about the life. Okay. So I think that's most of the questions I've tried to answer, and it was a fun interaction with you. Now, one question I will ask to you. You have asked me enough of the questions. One thing I would love to ask to you is, Tell me, in the last week, what is the one language on which you worked on? So, in the last week only. And also, apart from that, if you have worked on project or not, just mention one project or two project, even if the mini scale. So, post down in the comment section what is the language that you're working on, and on the side, yes for project or no for project. If you haven't worked on any project, that's fine too. Just let me know. Okay, a lot of are working on JavaScript, mainframe. That was fun. No project. Sad. You should be working on C++, Rails, a lot of variety. I love that. I love that. A lot of varieties here. Go, Python, JavaScript, C++, PHP, Dart, Kotlin. Ah, okay. Okay, Spring Boot framework as well. Python. Yes, four. Oh, somebody is posting four. Oh, that's nice. I love it. I love it. Your camera is focused. Camera is like shit. That's okay. You can stop now. You can stop now. I really, really appreciate all those people who are working on some project, no matter what the language is, no matter what the instructor you are choosing, no matter what the course you are choosing. The most important thing is to build something up. If you are building up something, I'll give a big shout out to you. If you're building up anything, just let me know on my Instagram as well. My handle at Instagram is Hitesh Chaudhary Official. Reach out to me, post a story. I would 100% absolutely love to share it, so that people can also get inspired with the amazing project that you're building. If you have anything like free open source library or some framework that you have designed or something, just reach me out. I would love to help you to get more popular on that particular thing, absolutely for free, no charge for that. It's your amazing hard work. I really appreciate it, and I would love to spread the word around. So that's it. And definitely look out for the iOS 13 videos that are going to come up from tomorrow or day after tomorrow. Not pretty sure, but definitely that's the next thing that we are planning up. Post a lot of videos on iOS 13. A lot of you will like it, a lot of you will not like it, but that's how things work. That's it for this video. And bye bye, everyone. Have a good night and keep writing amazing code. And don't forget to follow me up on Instagram as well. I'm super active there. Samprit says, loving Django, and rest of you will also love Django very soon. Something is cooking up. That's it. Bye bye. Have a good night and keep writing code.